What's going on, guys? Blender Bench here, and today I'm going to show you how to go about creating a domino animation inside of Blender. Let's get into it. Alright guys, let's begin by selecting our default cube and entering SZ, then 1.7, then pressing enter, then SY 0.15 enter, then finally SX 0.8 enter, and that should give you our main domino shape. Now we can move this up by pressing GZ 1.7. Now that should line up perfectly with this line here. Now let's continue. Now we can press Shift A, go down to Mesh, then Plane, press 7 to go to top view, and press S, and we can upscale this to your liking. Now back in the top view with 7, we can press Shift A, go down to Curve, then select Path. Now we can press R, 90, Z to rotate it 90 degrees in Z axis, and we can tap Tab to enter edit mode, and with a vertices selected, we can press E to extrude outwards to get the main shape that we want. Now we can press Tab to go back to object mode and press S to upscale to make it make more sense. Now let's move forward. Now we need to add physics to the domino. So with the domino selected, let's go to the physics tab here, and then let's go to where it says rigid body. And once you select that, notice it says active. We're going to leave it at that, and we're going to press play. And now the domino goes right through the floor. We need to add physics to the plane now. So select the plane, and under physics tab, we're going to go to rigid body. We're going to change the type from active to passive. Now if we press play once again, you see nothing happens. It doesn't collide through. So let's stop it, go back to frame 1. And now since we figured out the physics, now we need to figure out how to get the domino to follow this path. And to do that, we need to select the domino, go down to the modifiers tab, and add an array. And add an array allows us to create duplicates, which is copies of the domino. And let's change factor X to 0, and let's adjust the Y to adjust the spacing. And adjusting the count does exactly what it says. It adjusts the count of dominoes. And now we need to add another modifier to the stack. And let's go to add modifier and look up curve. Now select the curve object eyedrop tool and select it on the 3D viewport. And if you can't for some reason contact it there, you can reach it here in the scene collection. And once that's done, you can change the count, and you see that it now follows along the path. Exactly what we need to. Now let's move forward. And at any time you want to adjust the count or the spacing, you can just go to where it says factor, adjust that, and then you need to also adjust the count as well, so it makes sense. Now that that's done, we can apply these by hitting the drop down and selecting apply. Once that's done, press Tab to enter edit mode, and press A to select all the dominoes, and we need to separate these, so we can press F3 and type in BY, and then just find by loose parts. Select that, and press Tab to exit object mode or enter object mode, and you'll see if you select each one, you can select them individually. Now if you go to the bottom and press play, you'll notice that they all kind of collapse towards the center point. Now let's stop this and let's go back to frame 1. And a quick easy fix for this is just to select all the cubes that make up the dominoes and go to the top left, select object, go to set origin, then go down to where it says origin to center mass volume. Now you'll see if you press play, nothing actually happens. Now we need something to tilt that first domino. So we can select the first domino, go to the rotation tool, and just rotate it slightly so that once we press play, it tilts and hits the next one. So if we just press play really quick, we'll see a quick preview of this. And notice that it falls, but it's moving pretty slow. And we need to speed this up. And a quick way to speed this up is just to go over here, select this icon here, which is the scene properties, and go down to the rigid body world drop down, and where it says speed, change the speed from 1 to something higher, maybe 2.3. Now if we press play once again, you see that it falls a lot quicker and it seems a lot more realistic. And this is what we're looking for. So now we just need to adjust the camera. So pressing 0, we can look through the eyes of the camera. Now if we press N, we can pop up this menu. If we go down to view, then check view to camera, we can lock that into place. Now let's just rotate this to where we want it to be for the first shot. Turn on our recorder here, our auto key, and select the camera, move down a couple frames, switch positions, and quickly you see if you scrub through the timeline that there's movement. So just keep moving this as you see fit for the animation, and you can get it right where you need it to be. And once you're satisfied, you can play through it and you get a result like this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, comment, and I'll catch you in the next one.